discussion like about that?
Primarily, it was just, that's where I'm lined up right now for the most part. It'll be kind of a situational thing, you know what I'm saying? Position versatility has been a big thing, even throughout my recruitment. So it was not really a surprise to me, something that I kind of actually expected after having a year in the program. And, we got some dogs across the whole line. So, just wherever I'm needed is where I'm willing to play as long as it's on that line.
So do you think you're going to slim down a little bit to be able to play more defensive end?
Yeah, of course. Of course. My goal is like 290, 285, and that's really where I played at in high school, believe it or not. So, and I'm a lot closer to that goal than I was this time last year, and I can already feel it. You know what I'm saying? Just the fluidity, just playing the position, it feels good.
The most you were at, was it like 315?
Yeah, like 315. Yeah.
How do you lose all that weight?
Just discipline. That's pretty much it. I mean, if you know anything about Coach Easton and his journey, I probably get advice from him, and that's worked for me so far. So just keep doing that.
I guess just more cardio, just eat different
Yeah,
stuff.
cardio, diet, just rest. Like there's a lot of things that play into it, but ultimately it's just being disciplined with all that stuff.
Peter, with the switch at the end, I was just wondering what your personal goals are for the next upcoming season now that you're a sophomore.
Just to be better than last year. More season. I know a lot more things. I've been in the program, got a year in college football, so just kind of emerges that defensive leader. Just kind of telling guys what to expect, but also taking the things that I've done and applying it. So that's pretty much it.
You mentioned the versatility of playing both D and DT. Why is that important for you to play both of those positions to help this defense?
You just answered the question. Really, just to help the defense. I mean, I know my limits and I know what I can do, and that kind of fits the description. Just as far as being versatile across the whole line. So.
You had an impressive freshman season. How can you not get complacent after that season and to build upon this upcoming sophomore year?
Yeah, it's not in me. Complacency it's not in my. I don't even know how I just said it. It's not in my vocabulary. It's not in me.
Talk about played a lot of defensive end before. What are the differences though as a lineman, rushing for the interior as opposed to on the edge? Like what are the differences in terms of technique?
Really not much responsibility, and the angle changes a little bit. But as far as just the offensive line to defensive line ratio, it's about the same thing. Same moves, same stuff. Just same keys that you're looking at, but it's just assignment and angle. That's what I say. So.
Would you consider yourself at all a speed rusher, a power guy?
I think I give best of both worlds. I do stuff to set different stuff up, but I got both of them. So speed, power, whatever you want to see. So.
You now are, coach under Chris Rumpf. Your D-line just came in December. How does he not only teach you just better ways to be a defensive end now you moved the position, but as a coach, how can you describe him?
Gosh, Coach Rumpf, man, he just brings the energy every day. I'd probably say that's the biggest thing. Y'all probably know that, but he just motivates you. He's a guy that you want to play for, that you want to go hard for, just because of how passionate he is about this game and about coaching us and developing us as men. So.
And then, of course, the expectations for this upcoming season. We've heard from Sweeney, we've heard from other guys as well that y'all are shooting big this year. And after last season, which some people would say was a little underwhelming, how can you say that you can bounce back from that and ultimately get to the next goal or next step?
That's easy. Like you said, last season was, underwhelming for everybody, but also you can look at it as there's a lot of things that you can fix and learn from, watching the tape and just watching some of the things that we did, during this time last year, that we could have did better. So, like I said, as much as it sucked, having an underwhelming season or whatever you want to call it, guys, there's so much that we've learned and now that we're already starting to apply. So it's going to be, yeah.
I guess looking back at your season, I know you only had like 2.5 tackles for loss. I don't think you had a sack, but PFF graded you and said you were one of the top 10 defensive tackles in the country. Just how they graded it. Like, how do you look at that as a player? Like, do you want the TFLs? Do you want the sacks? Or does it matter? I guess there's like the grade in terms of technically what you're doing.
Yeah, man, I just pride myself in doing my job, and that's what it consists of. Usually when you do your job, you make the plays that come to you, and then if you're doing your job, you allow other people to make the plays that come to them, and that's just kind of how, defense works. So it doesn't really bother me, People say 2.5 TFLs, no sacks, but, you turn on the tape, it's there, so.
I guess when kind of like you talked about the leadership aspect, obviously TJ and Khalil all had pretty good freshman years. How much do you, as a trio, kind of look at yourselves and say, we'd have greater louder voices or kind of become leaders?
It's not really about that. Me, I'm kind of a guy that just kind of does stuff, and just kind of expects people to follow me just by example. If I make sure that I'm doing the right thing and kind of showing the other guys what to do, there's not really much to be said besides from a motivation aspect. And these guys are hungry, so we're motivating each other. So leadership just looks like just doing your part for the defense and doing it passionately.
You mentioned the variety of defensive tackle that allows you to be able to move the defensive end. How's that depth of DT played out so far in spring practice?
Gosh, I mean, it's like when you walk into a candy shop and you just look at like all the different candy and you're standing there for 10 minutes and you don't know which one you're gonna pick. That's literally how it is. Like you can throw Big Cuddy, Trey, Peyton, Stefan, Vic Burley. Like I can just keep going down the list. Champ Thompson coming up. Like it's looking crazy. And we got some other guys, just me and Caden Story, we call him Pop, that kind of have that position versatility that you can throw into that group. So it's like it's crazy just seeing all those guys that are gonna be to my left and on my right.
What was the biggest thing you learned last year? What did you take away from it?
Just perfecting the little things was a big thing for me. A lot of it for me, I'll be honest, it's not really, like the big things that, even everybody, maybe even y'all can see, what I'm saying, about how I can get better. But it was just like little things, just like, diet, got to trim up here, what I'm saying, my hands here, and that's just stuff that like my coaches have been on me about this whole offseason. And back to the question that you said about complacency, they won't let me be. And so when you got those two forces driving, it's impossible. So.
Anybody else for Peter?
This is kind of a random question, but the EA Sports college football video games.
Yeah.
How much did you play that at all?
Growing up, I haven't really played the game a lot as of late. I'd say in the past 2 years, really since I've been here. But that's definitely a game that I'm gonna play, especially since I got some former teammates that'll be in it and guys that I kind of came up with playing with and playing against and just all different types of stuff. So I'm excited about that. So.
Someone who cares about, or you're going to care like what your rating says in terms of like strength and speed and all that stuff?
Everybody cares, but you know what I'm saying. I'm not gonna send them like a nasty email or anything. But I mean, I'd be interested to see what they got to be rated. Just because it's a game that I've grown up playing my whole life, and if I was making myself in the game, which I've done 50,000 times, I'd probably just take all my attributes and just put it all at 99. So we'll see what they do.
What was your favorite NCAA?
Gosh, I had to say like 14. Is that the one with RG3? Is that the one with RG3 on the cover? 13. 13 is my favorite one. Yeah, that was my favorite one. Yeah.
You said you tweaked your diet a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Have you had to surrender any foods that were your favorites?
Not as much surrender, just kind of just pick and choose when and where and just like timely eating and stuff like that. So it's not a lot of surrendering. Like, we have a great nutritionist here, Megan, and, one thing that she tells me all the time is like, you still can have fun eating. Like, you don't have to be like, gosh, I have to eat a salad every meal. But, it's just about when and where you eat stuff. And so that's what it's really been for me. And gosh, I'm already seeing the results. So it's been really good. Shout out to Megan though, for real. Yeah, I'm anywhere between like 300 and 310, just kind of balancing. So I'm less than I was, and I'm on the way down now. And that the way this weight coming off practicing is looking good. I'm excited. I'm excited for the result. So.
All right. Thanks, Peter.
Appreciate y'all.